In the icy grip of the north, where legends are carved into the very mountains, there lies a tale of forgotten warriors. They were fierce, they were fearless, and they were women. But who were these Viking warrior women, and why has history tried to erase them? Are you ready to uncover the untold stories of the Shieldmaidens? Viking society is often seen as a world dominated by men, ruthless raiders, seafaring explorers, and mighty warriors. But hidden within the sagas and whispered through the ages are tales of women who were just as formidable. These were the Shieldmaidens, women who chose the path of the warrior, a path that was as dangerous as it was honorable. Yet, their stories are shrouded in both myth and mystery. Did they truly exist, or are they merely legends crafted by storytellers to inspire and intimidate? Let's embark on a journey through time to discover the fierce warrior women of the Vikings and the legacy they left behind. Our journey begins with one of the most famous figures from Norse mythology, Lagertha. She was said to be the wife of the legendary Ragnar Lothbrok, a shield maiden whose beauty was matched only by her ferocity in battle. According to the sagas, Lagertha once fought off a bear and a wild hound single-handedly before leading her warriors into battle against Ragnar's enemies. But was Lagertha a real person or a legendary figure created to embody the ideals of strength and independence? Some historians believe she may have been based on a real woman, while others argue she is purely a symbol of what Viking women aspired to be. What do you think? Could Lagertha have been more than just a legend? Do you believe Lagertha was a real historical figure, or do you think she represents something deeper in Viking culture? Could her story be a blend of fact and fiction? If you were captivated by the story of Lagertha, the fierce shield maiden who fought alongside Ragnar Lothbrok, you won't want to miss our next video. We'll dive deeper into the sagas, unraveling the truth behind the legend. Was Lagertha a real person or a mythical figure crafted to inspire and terrify? We'll also explore how her story has been adapted and reimagined in modern media, from ancient texts to today's TV screens. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss this deep dive into one of history's most intriguing women warriors. The Battle of Bråvalla, one of the most legendary conflicts in Viking lore, was not just a battle between armies. It was a battle between the old and the new, the gods and mortals, men and women. But what makes this battle truly remarkable is the presence of women on the front lines. Shield maidens, as they were called, fought with the same ferocity as their male counterparts, proving that courage knows no gender. These women were not just fighting for their lives, they were fighting for their place in a world dominated by men. But how did they earn their place on the battlefield? And what does this tell us about the role of women in Viking society? Do you think the inclusion of women in battles like Bråvalla was a common occurrence? Or was this a rare exception in Viking history? Could shield maidens have been more prevalent than we realize? The epic Battle of Bråvalla was more than just a clash of armies. It was a turning point in Viking lore. In our next video, we'll take you straight to the battlefield, where shield maidens fought with unmatched valor. But how common was it for women to join the fight? Were these shield maidens the exception or the rule? Join us as we separate fact from fiction in this legendary battle and discover what it reveals about the role of women in Viking warfare. In the shadowy world of Viking legends, there are few stories as haunting as that of Hervor. She was no ordinary woman. Hervor was a warrior who defied her fate and her family to claim a cursed sword known as Tyrfing. This sword, forged by dwarves and cursed to bring death to its wielder, was a symbol of power and doom. Hervor's tale is one of defiance, courage, and tragedy. But what drove her to seek out such a dangerous weapon? Was it a thirst for power or something more? And what can her story teach us about the dangers of ambition and the price of glory? If you were in Hervor's place, would you have sought out the cursed sword Tyrfing, knowing the risks? What would drive someone to such extremes? Ambition, honor, or something else? The tale of Hervor and the cursed sword Tyrfing is one of defiance, ambition, and tragedy. But what drives someone to seek out a weapon cursed to bring death and ruin? In our next video, we'll delve into Hervor's perilous quest, exploring the dark allure of Tyrfing and the heavy price of its power. We'll also look at the broader themes of fate and ambition in Viking culture. Was Hervor a hero or a cautionary tale? Find out in our next deep dive. In 2017, archaeologists made a discovery that sent shockwaves through the historical community. In Birka, Sweden, a grave that had long been thought to belong to a male warrior was found to contain the remains of a woman. This warrior, buried with full battle gear, including weapons and horses, was no ordinary woman. She was a shield maiden, a warrior of high status. This discovery challenges long-held beliefs about the roles of women in Viking society. But what does this tell us about the shield maidens? Were they more common than we thought? Or was this woman an exception to the rule? Does this discovery change your perception of Viking women? How do you think this warrior woman was viewed by her peers? Was she celebrated, feared, or perhaps both? What happens when a discovery changes everything we thought we knew about history? That's exactly what happened in 2017 when archaeologists uncovered the grave of a female warrior in Birka, Sweden. In our next video, we'll explore this groundbreaking find, its implications for Viking history, and what it tells us about the real roles women played in this warrior society. Could there be more hidden stories waiting to be unearthed? Join us as we uncover the truth about the Shieldmaidens of Birka. Freydís Eiríksdóttir is one of the most controversial figures in Viking history. She was the half-sister of Leif Erikson and played a key role in the Norse exploration of North America, known as Vinland. But Freydís' story is not one of peaceful exploration. It is one of brutality, survival, and unyielding determination. She is said to have driven off native attackers by charging at them while heavily pregnant, wielding a sword with both hands. But was Freydís a hero, a villain, or simply a survivor? And what does her story reveal about the challenges faced by Viking women in uncharted lands? How do you view Freydís? Was she a fierce protector or a ruthless leader? Could her actions be justified in the harsh world of Viking exploration, or do they reveal a darker side to the Viking spirit? Freydís Eiríksdóttir was a woman who defied the odds in a world of ruthless exploration and survival. But was she a hero, a villain, or simply a survivor? Our next video will take you on a journey to Vinland, where Freydís' fierce determination left a mark on history. We'll We'll explore the controversy surrounding her actions, the challenges of Viking life in the New World, and what her story reveals about the complexities of leadership and survival. Don't miss this exploration of one of history's most polarizing figures, the Valkyries, mythical protectors or inspirational icons. No discussion of Viking warrior women would be complete without mentioning the Valkyries. These mythical figures were said to choose who would live and die in battle, guiding the souls of the bravest warriors to Valhalla. But beyond their mythological role, the Valkyries also served as powerful symbols of female strength, authority, and the ever-present connection between life and death. Were they merely a creation of the Norse imagination, or did they reflect real societal values? Could the Valkyries have been inspired by the Shieldmaidens and other warrior women of Viking society? Do you think the Valkyries were based on real warrior women, or were they purely mythical figures created to inspire and intimidate? How do you think these myths influence the roles of women in Viking culture? Do you see any parallels in modern interpretations of warrior women? The Valkyries are some of the most iconic figures in Norse mythology, but were they purely mythical, or did they have roots in reality? In our next video, we'll explore the origins of the Valkyries, their roles as warriors and choosers of the slain, and their enduring legacy in both ancient and modern culture. Could these fierce women have been inspired by real-life warrior women, or do they symbolize something even more profound? Join us as we unravel the mysteries of the Valkyries. The stories of Viking warrior women remind us that history is often more complex than we realize. These women were not just warriors. They were leaders, explorers, and icons of their time. Their legacy continues to inspire us today as we seek to understand the true depth of their courage and strength. But what other stories of warrior women might still be waiting to be discovered? What do you think about these untold stories of Viking warrior women? Have these tales changed the way you view history? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more intriguing stories from the past, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep exploring the hidden corners of history. More videos to come in a series each, a more in-depth view of each chapter from this video,